We've gone from coast to coast to coast, from Quebec to Stellenbosch, and now we find ourselves at Kings Park Aquatic Centre in Durban. It is the Swimming South Africa Grand Prix, and certainly the final chance for swimmers to book their place in Tokyo 2020. Pretty much the last event where SA's Olympic hopefuls can post qualification times. Tatjana Schoenmaker leading the troop. A host of swimming stars taking to the water here in Durban, dubbed South Africa's fastest swimming pool. A big thank you to the sponsors for making this all possible. Swimming South Africa, KZN Aquatics, National Lotto, SASCOC, Sport and Recreation, the Department of Sport and Recreation, Arena Aquile, on putting on what promises to be a phenomenal weekend of swimming action. Look at that beautiful venue. It is the Kings Park Aquatics Centre here in Durban, waiting for the who's who of South Africa's elite swimmers to take to the water and finalize their preparations for Tokyo. We've seen some phenomenal efforts take place in Quebec, down in the Eastern Cape, over in Stellenbosch, running through some of the swimmers that have already booked their place. Of course, over at the Olympics, there has been some tremendous performances, the likes of Chad Leclos, Ethan Dupree, Tatjana Schoenmaker, Kayleen Corbett, Emma Chelius, Peter Kutzer, Matt Sates booking his ticket over in Stellenbosch. Who will join that elite group this time round here in Durban? Some of the performances have seriously been phenomenal. Mentioned Peter Kutzer, 16 years of age. Had a couple of opportunities over in Quebec to qualify for the Olympics, eventually doing so in the men's medley relay, but he qualified through that method for the men's 100 backstroke. Remember, he swam the first leg, so it counts, and that's how he got through. Tatjana Schoenmaker, as mentioned, sensational efforts from her over in Quebec. The 200 breaststroke, 2 minutes 20.17. The 100 breaststroke, 1 minute 05.74. Kutzer's time, meanwhile, 5:3.62. Swimming that opening leg of the men's 4x100 IM. Chelius getting in the 50-meter freestyle. Ethan Dupree in the 200 butterfly, and also in the 200 butterfly, a man who is no stranger to the Olympics, Chad Leclos, qualifying with a time of 1:55.88, and as I sit here now, I see Tatjana Schoenmaker walk past. Oh, all eyes are going to be on her for the duration of the weekend. Of course, COVID protocols in place here in Durban. Very strict measures at bay due to the pandemic. As things stand, actually no male swimmers allowed in the aquatic centre for now. They'll be making their way into the pool a little later. It's all about the women first up. Host of events taking place, kicking off with the women's 200 freestyle. 4 lengths of the pool here in beautiful Durban. Great weather. A lot of the broadcasters having made their way from Johannesburg. Freezing cold temperatures up north. It's a different story here at the coast. As we started getting into Pietermaritzburg already, the needle started getting past the 30 mark. So yeah, beautiful sunny afternoon here in Durban at Kings Park Aquatic Centre. It seriously is a picture. Absolutely beautiful. Undoubtedly one of the prettiest cities, not just in South Africa, but the world. And very much a swimming institution. Look back at the number of swimmers this city has produced over the years. Olympic swimmers too. Mentioned Chandler Clove. Penny Haynes, of course. She's from these parts. The list goes on and on. Remember, you can find the link on swimsa.org to join us here, although undoubtedly you would have found it. Heat's taking place at 4 p.m. over the next 3 days, with the finals taking place at 10 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday. Competitors coming through from all across the country. See David Glover, who is very prominent down in Quebec, his hometown. One of the coaches, hoping for a lot more of his swimmers to make it through to the Olympics. Won't that be a story? Of course, also Paralympians taking to the water. It's going over those times of those qualifiers. Christian Sadi. Geez, it's more a question of what hasn't he qualified for than has. Listen to these events. 100 backstroke, 50 freestyle, 50 butterfly, 200 IM, 100 breaststroke. That's S7 and SM7, SB7. Kat Swanepoel, Alani Ferreira, Cornell Leach, Hendrik van der Merwe, all headed for the Paralympics. So a slight delay to proceeding, just waiting for the officials to make their way poolside before we get things underway for this, the eagerly awaited SA Swimming Grand Prix here at Kings Park Aquatic Centre in Durban, taking place from Friday to Sunday. A couple of swimmers to watch out for: Erin Gallagher, Olivia Nell, Ethan du Preez. We've spoken about him already. Matt Sates, he'll be back. Man from just down the road, over in Pietermaritzburg. Exciting times ahead this weekend. If you're a swimming enthusiast, a sports enthusiast, do not miss it. See Graham Hill walking past now. SA Olympic swimming coach. And what incredible achievements he has managed to secure over his career. Veritable who's who of the swimming world as far as South Africa is concerned. Based here at the moment in Durban. So a big thank you to Quebec, Newton Park Swimming Pool, hosting the Olympic qualifiers in early April. And not too long ago, swimmers made their way over to Stellenbosch. It was at Stellenbosch University where they took part once again in an effort to qualify. As mentioned, Sates the only man able to do so. Plenty more vying for that plane ticket to Tokyo. If you missed the announcements yesterday, SASCOC releasing a couple of the squads will be going to the Olympics. Included the men's and women's hockey squads. Congratulations to those for making the trip. Gareth Ewing, the coach of the SA men's squad. Robin van Ginkel, coaching the women's side. But for the next couple of days, it is all about the swimmers here in Durban. So if you've just joined us, there's going to be 3 days of competition taking place. All kicking off with the heats this afternoon. First of which will be the women's 200 freestyle. Heats taking place in the afternoon. The finals, 10 a.m. tomorrow and 10 a.m. on Sunday. Officials just finalizing preparations ahead of the start of this event. Crossing the T's and dotting the I's. SSA Paralympic swimming coach Theo Verster walking around. He'll be keeping a close eye on proceedings. My co-commentator for much of the swimming over in Quebec. In April, a fountain of knowledge is Theo Verster. He's a great swimmer in his day, specialized in butterfly. Once again, unfortunately, because of the COVID pandemic, no fans allowed. Plenty of onlookers though. There's swimmers who won't be competing immediately. They'll just be watching on before it's their time to go poolside. So once again, remember, this is an opportunity for swimmers to finalize their places to Tokyo. Last chance saloon for a few, for many in fact. Once again, going over those names of the individuals who have qualified. Chad Leclos, Ethan Dupree, Tatiana Schoenmaker, Kayleen Corbett, Emma Chelius, Peter Kutsia, Matthew Sates. As for the Paralympians, Christian Sardi, Kat Swanepoel, Alani Ferreira, Cornell Leach, Hendrik van der Merwe. So the good news is the officials are making their way out poolside. Great to see. There's a lot of swimming taking place this evening here in Durban. always a tremendous community when it comes to swimming in South Africa. All these volunteers offering up their services and ensure that everything goes off without a hitch. While the officials are poolside, we'll wait for the competitors to come. First event of the afternoon, the women's 200-meter freestyle. 3 different heats.
Afternoon and evening. The referees are Benita Kleinans and Amanda Kinghorn. And our starters, Gavin Jackson and Tim Shepherd. Officials, you may be seated. Right, Rebecca, sorry, you need a touchpad. That's about to come your way. Right, so we're going to be kicking off this afternoon with a time trial by Rebecca Meader. And she is going to be chasing that Olympic qualifying time of 2 minutes 12,56. In February, she did a time of 2 minutes 13,21. And currently, before the Australian and American Olympic trials take place, she is sitting in a 42nd position with a 2:13,21.
That's the voice of Wayne Ridden. As we wait for the timing blocks to come through. As you heard, it will be one lady taking to the water. It is Rebecca Meader in the women's 200 IM. So just finalizing the timing boards. Makes its way over to lane 4. Excitement awaits as Rebecca Meader tries to qualify for Tokyo in the women's 200 IM. So you heard the time that she is chasing, 2:12,56. Rebecca's C time was 2:12.96. So she's got close, but not close enough. Will this be the case this time round in Durban? And the first event is underway here in Durban, the final leg of swimmers' chances to qualify for the Olympics. The first leg taking place here. Rebecca Meader getting things underway with a butterfly. 200 IM. Yeah, absolute silence in the pool as Mida makes the switch. Switching over to backstroke now. Rebecca Mida, once again, that time that she's chasing. 2:12.56. Time having just gone past the 50-second mark. Swimmers poolside certainly cheering her on as she makes her way halfway through. And she switches over now to breaststroke. 102.68, 69. Crowd willing her on. Constant reminder again of that time, 2:12.56. The time she needs in order to qualify for Tokyo. It's going to be exceptionally tight. Anita making her way to the wall before the turn. And she touches through. 1:43.73. 2:12.56 is the time that she needs to qualify. 1:55 right now. Hurrying her way through. It's going to be just out of reach, I fear, and that is indeed the case. We've gone past that time, and she touches through, looking up 2:14.32 for Rebecca Mida. So that qualifying time, once again, that she needed, 2:12.56. She's going to be guaranteed that she'll have plenty of more opportunities over the weekend in which to grab that time.
So we have 3 heats coming up. The women's tournament is Freestyle.
Okay, so that's one event out the way. It was the women's 200 IM. Rebecca Mida's chance to try and qualify for Tokyo through that discipline. Unfortunately, just out of reach for her. As we move over to the women's 200-meter freestyle. 3 heats. Olympic qualifying time this time around, 1:57.28. Swimmers lining up to take part in this event. Adagnotti, Lohman, Larsberg, Frank, Robertson, Mandel, Van Skalkwyk, King, and Carlisle. So Rebecca Mida touching through, just having her warm down, make her way out of the pool before the other swimmers take to poolside. So that's Rebecca Mida done in her effort earlier. So we move over to the next event. This is where the real racing starts. It is women's 200 freestyle. Confirmation of those competitors once again. Adagnotti, Lohman, Lausberg, Frank, Robertson, Mandel, Van Skalkwyk, King, and Carlisle. A reminder of the qualifying time this time around. 1:57.28. And away they go. Good start from Robertson out in the water early, as was Frank Mandel, looking strong too. But it is over in lane 4, Robinson going along nicely from Joburg. Frank on her outside from Waterbourne, coached by Peter Williams. Swimmers fighting hard. 4 lengths of the pool for this women's 200 freestyle. And touching first in lane 4, it is Robertson, looking very strong. Making the turn just ahead of Frank, who's closely followed by Larsberg. A very good effort so far from Hannah Robertson over in lane 4. The arrowhead ahead of Frank and Mandel. Halfway through the second race of the afternoon, and it is Hannah Robertson leading proceedings in a time of just over a minute. Closely followed by Christian Mandel and Emma Frank. No doubt Robertson would be looking to pull away this time round. But she's being kept very honest in lane 5 by Mandel. Very good start to the afternoon. Robertson making the final turn as she heads towards the finish. Over in lane 5, Mandel not letting her out of her sights for now. Half a body length clear is Hannah Robertson, and it's moving to almost a body length. Hannah Robertson looking very strong at the moment. Time going just over 2 minutes now, and Hannah Robertson will grab the victory, followed by Mandel. And in third place, over in lane 3, Emma Frank. Very good win there for Hannah Robertson, a time of 2:04.05. She'll be very happy with that effort once again. That qualifying time, well out of qualifying time distance in fact. 1:57.28. Hannah Robinson coming away with the victory. Also out of Johannesburg. Next swimmers just readying themselves for the water. First race done and dusted. That was the women's 200 freestyle. It was heat 1. Heat 2 about to take to the water. So swimmers enjoying their warm down, wrapping things up. That was the women's 200 Heat 1 competitors. Reminder once again, Hannah Robinson coming away with a very good victory. As we move over to Heat 2. Looking at the competitors this time round. Lerato Tobeja, Kath Morrison, Rebecca Fury, Hannah Pierce, Tatiana Schoonmaker, Ambryn Pienaar, Giselle Orton, Perez Ferreira, and Ashley Hennigan. Of course, Tatiana already headed to Tokyo, courtesy of her efforts in the 100 and 200 breaststroke. Looking to add even more accolades to her already impressive CV. Maybe if you've just joined us, plenty of swimming taking place this afternoon. Swimmers do their best to qualify for Tokyo 2020. Away they go. Very good start over in lane 3 from Hannah Pierce. But Tatiana Schoonmaker already pulling away over in lane 4. That was an incredible pull away from the Olympian, the Olympic bound Tatiana Schoonmaker. Closely followed in lane 5 by Amber Pienaar. Hannah Pierce was very quick in the water, but Tatiana Schoonmaker pulling away very quickly, making the turn in a time of 28.74, closely followed by Pienaar. And it's Kath Morrison in 3rd place. Tatiana Schoonmaker going along very strong at the moment. Almost a body length clear of her closest challenger, Ambryn Pienaar, in 2nd position. Schoonmaker looking good. But Pienaar making a nice comeback, in fact. Certainly putting up a fight against Schoonmaker. While in 3rd position, it's Giselle Orton. Tatiana Schoonmaker well clear for now. Interesting lineup in that it's not the 1, 2, 3 from lanes 4, 5, and 3. Lane 6 certainly putting in an impressive effort. That's from Giselle Orton, as they head towards the final turn. Schoonmaker still in front, and now she starts to pull away. Does a tremendously talented athlete from Tux. Ambryn Pienaar trying her best to close that gap, but it will not be closed. In fact, it will be widened the way Tatiana Schoonmaker is going now. Flying through the water. Tatiana Schoonmaker going on to touch in a time of 2:04.55, closely followed by Ambryn Pienaar and Hannah Pierce in 3rd position. Just looking at that qualifying time that the ladies needed. 200 freestyle 157.28, so well out of qualification range. But that takes nothing away from the performances that we've just seen in the pool. Outstanding efforts all round, particularly to Tatiana Schoonmaker. 2:04.55. The ladies begin their leisurely swim down. Outstanding effort from Tatiana Schoenmaker. 2:04.55 her time. Just looking back at Tatiana's performances over in Quebec. 100 breaststroke, 105.74, Olympic bound. 200 breaststroke, 220.17, Olympic bound. She's going to be flying the flag loud and proud over in Japan. If you've just joined us, it is the SA Swimming Grand Prix here in Durban. Kings Park Aquatic Centre. Recently took place in Stellenbosch, before that in Quebec, down in the Eastern Cape, and this certainly is last chance saloon for the swimmers to book their place in Tokyo. Moving over now to the third and final leg of the women's 200 freestyle heats. There, the swimmers lining up. And here they come. Swimmers competing in the final and what is expected to be the fastest heat. Megan Africa, Caitlin Habs, Leah Christie, Carla Mikla, Lisa Gutierrez, Leah McMorrin, Brooklyn Croxon, Monica Buerta, and Olivia Scott. And away they go. Very good start in lane 6 by Brooklyn Croxon. And the 4 lengths of the pool they need to surmount. Very fast start into proceedings. Lisa Gutierrez looking good over in lane 4. As is Carla Mikla, Lee McMorrin keeping honest. Brooklyn Croxon. Very strong effort, but it is Lisa Gutierrez getting there first, 29.27. As they make their way back for the second lap of 4. Still out in front, Lisa Gutierrez, swimming out of tucks, looking strong, ahead of the arrow. Little to choose for second place, it's between Mikla and McMorrin. Still very much early days though, but no disputing who's out in front. For now, Lisa Gutierrez going through, she makes the turn in a time of 1:01.04. And she continues to fly. is Lisa Kutsia. Lee McMorrin behind her. McMorrin swimming out of Johannesburg. Mikla, meanwhile, being a seal just down the road. But it is Lisa Kutsia out in front, 1:34.20. Lee McMorrin in second. Carla Mikla in third position. Will that remain the status quo as they head their way towards the finish? Very good effort so far from Lisa Kutsia. Pulling away from her competitors. Lisa Kutsia dominating the matters. And she will go on to collect the victory. And that being said, a very good fight back from Lee McMorrin, who will go on to take second place. But it is Lisa Kutsia, 2:08.27. Mikla, 2:11.31. And Lee McMorrin, 2:12.52. Terrific swim from Lisa Kutsia. 2:08.27. A reminder again of that qualifying time needed, 1:57.28. So Kutsia well out of qualifying time. But a great effort nonetheless. So that wraps up the second event of the afternoon, the women's 200 freestyle. Go on to the same discipline, just over a shorter distance. We stick with freestyle as we move to the 100s. Races down, plenty more to go. Fortunately, COVID protocols in place, meaning the swimmers can't take on the warm down pool. So they have to do so in the main pool. Hence why the delay between races. So they'll exit the pool to make way for the next event. The competitors taking part in the women's 100 breaststroke. No confirmation of the competitors taking part this time round. Del Medico, Shepherd, McColgan, Kuhn, Schoonmaker, Versace, Taylor, Robinson, and Buffel. So there'll be no question as to who all eyes will be on. Here's the women's 100 breaststroke. 1:07.07 is the time. Tatiana Schoonmaker already having broken the African record in this event. 1:05.74. phenomenal effort. Will she be eyeing another record? Remember, she's already booked her place in Tokyo. But can she get another African record? Let's wait and see. No mistaking the bright pink cap and outfit of Tatiana Schoenmaker over in lane 4. She begins the first of 2 laps. She dominated matters in this event over in Quebec, as she does in most events, setting a time of 105.74, smashing the African record and well inside Olympic qualifying time. So Olympic qualifying time certainly isn't the issue. It's all about setting another record as she touches down now in a time of 32.17. She's going to have to swim a very quick second and final lap. The time again that she said, 105.74, an African record. She is flying as Tatiana Schoenmaker. Got about 10 seconds to go if she hopes to smash that record, and it looks as if it will be just out of reach. 103, 104, 105, and she touches home in a time of 17.12, and she's followed just behind in lane 5, Emily Fasaki, and taking 3rd position is McColgan. Again, a reminder of the time needed for qualification. 107.07. So Tatiana Schoenmaker, even outside of that time, it doesn't matter though, because the job's long been done. And certainly others were more than capable of trying to get within that time. Not to be though, as Tatiana Schoenmaker wraps up another great performance, easing to victory in the first of 3 heats in the women's 100 breaststroke. If you're just joining us, we are at Kings Park Aquatic Centre here in Durban for the 3-day Swimming South Africa Grand Prix. A final opportunity for swimmers to book their place for Tokyo. Reminder about the warm down. Swimmers unable to take part in the warm down pool because of COVID restrictions, so they'll do so in the main pool before easing their way out. Very good effort from all concerned as they make their way out of the pool. And the next set of swimmers get ready to take it on.
Yeah, we're taking 5 out. 9. Just wait. Okay, we're going to change the touchpad.
Short delay to proceedings. Touchpad being changed, yeah, at Kings Park Aquatic Centre. Looking at the next set of swimmers that will be taking to the water. Lottie Ferreira. Mia van der Walt, Kate Meyer, Van Niekerk, Molly Parker Ferreira, Tebeka. Alani Ferreira swimming out of Seals, just down the road. Visually impaired swimmer. Tremendous ambassador for the sport. Apologies for the delay, just changing a touchpad. And then we'll get things going once again for the second heat of the women's 100 breaststroke. Apologies once again for the delay. Touchpad just being changed over in lane 5. And then we'll resume matters here in Durban. Great initiative taking place here in Durban. A couple of school swimmers are competing against some of their idols. Of course, the COVID pandemic having played havoc with the school's sporting calendar across the past year. So this event gives a couple of rising stars the opportunity to compete against some of the best in the world. So a lot of them will be headed over to China to compete over there. So this is giving them plenty of practice to participate against some of the best. It is heat 2 of 3 of the women's 100 breaststroke. Ferreira, Van der Walt, Meyer, Van Niekerk, Moyle, Parker, Ferreira, Tobecha. In they go, little to choose between the swimmers. Up front, Meyer, Van Niekerk, Mol, all looking strong. But pulling away quickly is Van Niekerk. Looking very strong is Van Niekerk. Van Niekerk sea time, 107.39. A reminder once again that time needed, 107.07. So Van Niekerk, very much with an opportunity to qualify. She touches first, well clear of the rest. 31.72 And you can hear the crowd willing on. 31.17, Van Niekerk was leading the way, and she's pulling away brilliantly. Laura Van Niekerk continues to push on. All eyes on her qualifying time. Once again, a reminder. The time she needs is brilliant 107.07, and she misses out just 107.34. 107.34 for Van Niekerk. You can see the disappointment etched across her face. 107.07 was the time needed. 107.34 was the time she got. And that being said, a terrific swim nonetheless. So 107.34, Laura Van Niekerk's time. And time needed once again, 107.07. Swimmers continuing with their warm downs in the main pool here in Durban.
For the A final, Hannah Robertson, Tatiana Skamaka, Kristen Mandel, Lisa Quincy, Amber Pinot, Emma Frank, Lee McMorrin, Renee van Skalkwyk, Hannah Pierce, and Carla Meikle. The B final, Paris Ferreira, Brooklyn Croxon, Samantha Lohman, Rebecca Fury, Gilma Lausberg, Giselle Orton, Demi-Lee Carlisle, Mishka King, Caitlin Herbst, and Monica Buerta. The first reserve is Catherine Morrison, second reserve Ashley Hennigan. Tickets for those two finals as soon as possible, just to be fair on all the swimmers to have a fair chance tomorrow. We're now moving on to heat number 3 of the women's 100-meter breaststroke.
Welcome back. It is day 1 of the Swimming South Africa Grand Prix. Final opportunity for swimmers to make their way to Tokyo. So far, no events seeing swimmers book their places. But it is still young, this event. Moving over to the third and final heat of the women's 100 breaststroke. Barrows, Savage, Ralph, Corbett, Butcher, Del Medico, Jacobs, Leach. A reminder once again that swimming time 107.07. Kayleen Corbett certainly the one to watch here over in lane 4. And in they go. Great start over in lane 5 by Butcher. Corbett going strong too. Corbett first out of the water. You can see the bright red tux cap of the swimmer. She powers away from the rest. Very good effort so far from Kayleen Corbett. Of course, Corbett having already qualified for the Olympics in the 200 breaststroke. She'll be looking to double her participation and make it into the 102. Corbett reaching the turn in 32.94, well clear of the rest. 32.94 at the turn. And the time once again she's looking for 107.07 in order to qualify as the clock dips to 55. 7 seconds in which to reach the wall. And unfortunately she'll be just out of touching distance. 109.19, a tremendous effort nonetheless for Kayleen Corbett, closely followed by Butcher and Del Medico. But of course this is just the heats. Swimmers will have plenty of opportunities to repeat the feat over in the finals. They're just biding their time for now before they go flat out in the real one that counts. And so concludes the women's 100 breaststroke. The heats, of course. Kayleen Corbett, the only swimmer to dip under 110. 110. 109.19 her time once again. So many opportunities for swimmers to stake their claim for the Olympics. Who will be next to confirm their place in Tokyo? Very much early days here in Durban. No one doing so just yet. But given it's the heats, not going flat out. Take things slow. Moving over now to the next event. It is the women's 100 butterfly. Lining up the sum round, we've got Fury, Thompson, Meyer, De Hout, Kutsia, Baptiste, Nicol, Jacobs, Kotza, and Adagnati. Very full pool. all 10 lanes being used. Watch out for Baptiste in lane 5. Dene Kutsia has been exceptional over the past couple of weeks. Baptiste, a very good start from her. But it is Dene Kutsia starting to pull away. Just ahead of De Groot. And Baptiste in third over in lane 5. Dene Kutsia going along very strong. And she'll touch first. In fact, just in front of her is Tanea Baptiste. 29.10. Dene Kutsia in second, 29.47. This is going to be a tight finish. And as I say that, over in lane 4, Dene Kutsia starts to pull away. Kutsia looking very strong. Kutsia now almost 2 body lengths clear of the pack. She'll come home in an exceptional time, doing so in 1 minute, 0.20. Qualifying time, incidentally, is 57.92 in the women's butterfly for the Olympics. You can see her swimming out 1:00.20. She started to ease off slightly towards the end. And a very good effort from Dene Kutsia. Swimmers enjoying their warm downs here at Kings Park Aquatic Centre, a magnificent venue. Confirmation of those times once again. Dene Kutsia coming away with the win. 1:00.20. The swimmer from Tux lighting up the pool. It's one of 3 100 breaststrokes done and dusted. So if you're just joining us, it is day 1 of the Swimming SA Grand Prix taking place in Durban, Kings Park Aquatic Centre. And a couple of events done and dusted, but we are midway through the women's 100 butterfly. 1 heat down, 2 to go. Looking at the lineup, Nomvulo Njimba, Ambryn Pinnock, Kayleen Corbett, Oosthuizen, Christensen, Dakota Tucker, Amy Muller, Kelly Swart, Lorata Tobeka, and Julie Lundman. In they go. First of 2 laps. Christensen with a very good start over in lane 4. Lane 5, Tucker looking good. Oosthuizen also in lane 3. Tucker, the youngster from Waterbourne. Tremendous future ahead of her. So as things stand, making their way towards the edge for the first of 2 laps. Touching first, it is Christensen, just ahead of Dakota Tucker. Closely followed by Oosthuizen. Powerful strokes out in front from Christensen. Terrific effort from Dakota Tucker, closing in on Christensen. Who's going to take this one? Dakota Tucker looking very good. This is going to be tight. Tucker looks like oh, and who break the turn? Whoa, and it is Dakota Tucker with the win at the death. Finishing ahead of Christensen. What a race. That is undoubtedly the race of the night so far. Dakota Tucker taking first place just ahead of Christensen. That is a magnificent effort from the young Waterbourne swimmer. Wow! The crowd begins to catch their breath following a sensational swim from Dakota Tucker. In the time needed to qualify, well out of the times for now. It is the women's 100 butterfly, 57.92. So that's the second heat complete. We saw Dakota Tucker coming away with a tremendous victory in lane 5 ahead of Christensen. Grabbing third place was Oosthuizen. Tremendous effort from Dakota Tucker. As we head over to the third and final heat of the women's 100 butterfly. Moving over to the third and final heat of the women's 100 butterfly. Misha King, Hannah Jacobs, Kiraz Ferreira, Natal Landman, Veroni Rousseau, Karen Hapst, Kenny Schmelzer, Peyton Brink, Andrea Kuden, and Caitlin Marais. Excellent start from Andrea Kuden over in lane 8. But out in lane 4, Veroni Rousseau. Karen Hapst looking good too. Natal Landman exceptionally strong. Veroni Rousseau looking very, very good out of tucks over in lane 4. Kieran Haps keeping her honest. And it is Kieran Haps touching first, just ahead of Lantman. Veroni Rousseau doing well, as was Andrea Kuden over in lane 8. Watch out for her out of Port Elizabeth. Some strong swimming over in lane 3. Natal Lantman looking good. Kieran Haps looking good. Rousseau making a comeback of sorts. Nothing to choose between the front 3 now. Veroni Rousseau edges ahead, only just. Trying her best to get to the wall first, and she will touch down first. Veroni Rousseau with the victory. Tremendous effort from her. Strong performance from Veroni Rousseau. 103.51. Just ahead of Kieran Hapst. So that brings an end to the women's 100 breaststroke heats. Very good win for Veroni Rousseau, coming from behind to edge Kieran Haps to the wall. Once again, Veroni Rousseau coming away with the win. Closely followed by Kieran Hapst. And Natal Lantman grabbing 3rd position. Special shout out to Andrea Kuden for a tremendous swim as well, swimming out of PE. Bettering her heat by quite some distance. Completes the butterfly in the women's competition. That was the 100 butterfly in the heats. Of course, they'll be back for more. In fact, we have a late competitor, Kristen Mbite. She'll go alone, will Mbite. Good effort from Christian Mbite. No competitors as she looks to make a good time. Always tough when you're not competing against your peers. No one really there to push you, but that being said, she's doing exceptionally well so far. Touching in a time of 3:3.38. Time once again to look out for in terms of qualifying. It is 5:7.92. Good effort from Christian Mbite. Going just about above the minute mark for now. She makes her way to the wall to wrap things up. And that is the race done and dusted. 107.73, 109.73, my apologies. Good effort from Christian Mbite. Well, she'll enjoy her warm down in this tremendous venue in Durban. And that does wrap up the women's 100 butterfly. For now, of course, that's the heats done and dusted. So Christian Mbite having wrapped up her warm down. She'll make her way out of the pool. As we move over to the next event, the short events of the evening, 50 backstroke. In they go now, in Kube, Pina, Hennigan, Jonker, Nel, Haps, Vogt, Duplessis, and Barrow. And away they go. Very good start so far for Nel. And Karen Haps been very prominent so far this evening in Durban. Remember, only one lap here at Kings Park Aquatic Centre. And it is Olivia Nell looking very strong ahead of Karen Haps. Just on the outside, it is Taylor Jonker. But over in lane 4, Olivia Nell will cruise to the win, doing so with ease. And she'll touch in 29.21 ahead of Karen Haps and Taylor Jonker. Olivia Nell, one half of the famous Nell swimming sisters, her sister being Georgia Nell, daughter of SA swimming legend Annette Kali. Very good effort from Olivia Nell. USA headed, as well as her sister Georgia, following some terrific efforts in the pool over the last couple of years, as can be seen there. Ty Slattery watching on. SA Paralympian extraordinaire. Ty Slattery was a flag bearer for South Africa in the past. Moving over now to the second heat of the women's 50 backstroke. Trinity Pillay, Olivia Scott, Emma Comedy, Hannah Maton, Mika de Villiers, Caitlin de Lange, Jessica Thompson, Ked Almeida, and Monica Buerta. Remember, just a 50-meter race. Nice and short, still very much early days. The heats. The swimmer's about to take to the water. For the regular viewers, remember Theo Verster, my co-host in Quebec, explaining how the steps that were incorporated are very much a new thing when it comes to swimming. And they get their race underway. Good start for de Villiers. Hannah Maton looking strong too. Over in lane 3. Caitlin de Lange. We've seen her efforts so far. But it is out in lane 4. De Villiers. Closely followed by Maton. Just behind is de Lange. But de Villiers holding on to front spot for now, but for how long? And for the entire way as she captures the win. Doing so in a time of 30.24. Finishing ahead of Caitlin de Lange. Another great effort from the swimmers out there. So that's 2 of the 3 women's 50 backstroke done and dusted.